so that we can start. I don't have to repeat.
It's okay, you can start now.
Sorry? I didn't prepare.
Let's say we can start.
Well, I will Google it up for you. Maybe it's some innocent creature just getting worried or something. All right. So this is not going to be a boring session at all. I would please require your attention for your own good because this is something which is related with the incoming of leads through your campaigns being run by your marketing and direct to your phones right away. Majority of you are, I'm assuming they are already aware of how Convolo works and all. So can I see a few hands who have used Convolo before? Maybe 20% or less than that. Okay. All right. So, see, I would request please people sitting in the back, like if you can please come and just occupy these vacancies. That will ease my life. All right. So here, while I'm presenting these couple of slides to you, we are talking about a scenario in which Convolo automation is not there. As of now, like your current, what do you call it? Like current system in place. Yeah, that was fine. Something wrong with it. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with the volume.
We are getting the other one. So till that, like we can change the other one.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we are talking about a scenario here in which there is no Convolo automation in place and you guys are receiving the leads which are through the campaign run by your own marketing, but the kind of challenges which you face. I'm from sales, so I do understand the pain points, right? For example, the major pain point for a salesperson once they receive a lead is what is exactly the right time to speak to the customer. Because that is where you suffer. You call a customer, majority might not take call at all. If someone takes a call, someone would say like I'm driving and then they'll keep on driving whole life. Second call they will never take. Someone might say even this, that man, I made this inquiry yesterday, you're calling me today, I'm sorry, I'm already in touch with some other company, we're about to make a deal there. So what happens in all these scenarios? That you lose business. That is only one end result. So, Convolo came up with this idea that speed with which you get back to your incoming inquiry is of vital importance, specifically once we are talking about a real estate business where you cannot afford to lose a deal of millions of dirhams just because you couldn't call back in time. That's so simple to work. So, this was a research made by a third party in Sweden and delivered to Convolo. 79% of the customers, they buy from the company calling them first. This is what I was trying to explain in my previous couple of minutes. So what happens? Let's say there is a serious potential buyer, sitting somewhere in US, and your company is spending good money on SEO bar and everything. So somehow he gets to your page and leaves the inquiry. And as an agent, who was assigned that lead, definitely you might be in some meeting, you might be sick that day, you might be all the human factors which can come in place, right? So maybe you are able to give a call back after 6 hours or 4 hours, or maybe at times next day, next morning. So what happens? Practically, if you think, you are basically allowing the same number of hours to your potential client to go and explore other options in the market. because you are not the only broker who is selling some specific product. You have a lot of competitors around. So customer will logically he will not keep sitting and waiting for you to give a call back and then have the conversation. He is going to make 10 more inquiries for the similar properties with your competitors' websites, obviously. And just for your knowledge, Convolo is being used by more than 85 real estate companies only in UAE. I'm talking about. I leave the US region and the European one and all. So few names just for your reference so that you know that who all are already on it. House and House, DNB, MNA, PSI, Coldwell Banker, Fidu, Ahyan, Stage, Castio, Golden Value, Almira X, a lot of them. Actually, I don't remember all the names now. So, the end result of the conversation, bottom line, if you do not give a call back instantly to your incoming lead, consider it gone. Because someone else will. And Convolo ensures that. But now, like your company, again, you guys have been using Convolo before since till last year. Somehow there was a pause, and now we are again resuming with you guys. So in today's meeting, this session, I will train you on Convolo, how exactly the calling works, what happens once client leaves an inquiry, and then the major purpose of this session would be a lot of questions coming from your side. What happens if this happens? What happens if I miss a call? What happens if customer doesn't answer? How do I get the contact of the customer? A lot of questions. Whatever comes in your mind, just throw it. So purpose is your better understanding of the system so that you can use the Convolo thing in a very productive way. This is last slide. This is something interesting. Like this is based on actual data. A research published by Harvard Business Review. They took 1 million leads from multiple business verticals and came up with the conclusion that if you call back a lead within 1 minute of the inquiry generated, your closure rate increases 391%. Look at the graph. If you're calling after 1 hour, it is going down to probably 30%, and after 5 hours and 24 hours, almost negligible because you're leaving this whole great gap for very smart competition around. So once it is gone from you, it's gone from you. Simple. So now let's switch to the live demo, how Convolo works. So this is just a demo page which we generated to demonstrate how Convolo works. It's just like, let's assume this is your website or some of the landing pages project which your marketing generates. It has got some sort of listings, some agents details, some inquiry forms, and very similar to your website. This is Convolo plugin. This is similarly how it is going to be integrated with your pages as well. Like on right bottom, you can see a small phone button with the tooltip which says let's talk. Click here and we will call you within 55 seconds. Now this is what your customer can see on your pages, right? So customer comes and clicks here on the phone button. This kind of a pop-up will appear. This is, by the way, fully configurable, so I'll skip the part in this presentation about the configuration part, but I'll just quickly let you know the capabilities because you guys can make suggestions to your internal team to make the changes in the pop-up in case you think they are necessary to be made. So we can put your agent's photos, on the pop-up itself, this photo is not going to get fixed. I mean, with every refresh, it changes to the actual agent whose turn it is next to receive the lead. So we just try to make it a bit logical and kind of from customer's perspective, it would be a personalized expected conversation right before the customer leaves the inquiry, so that this is the person going to give me a call back within 55 seconds. There is a drawback also for this. I'll tell you what. Because what happened that, for example, it was your turn to receive the lead and it was your photo there, and you missed the call. So what Convolo will do in that case, will automatically throw that call to the next agent in the queue. So let's say it was Preeti photo before. Okay. Now client is expecting a call from Preeti, and Preeti missed the call. It went to him, and now it's Preeta for client, and so it will make. Anyway, so this is how technically it works. Because Convolo will keep throwing the call to the next agent until someone answers. That I will explain the process in the next step. So photo is the one part, then get a call within 55 seconds, core of the product, a very catchy and challenging sort of a line for a customer where this is the first level of attraction for the customer to leave an inquiry on your lead source. Because the people look for smarter ways to connect these days. Instead of calling the companies, going to the IVRs, press 1 for sales, 2 for this, and people avoid that usually. Then this is just one field which we have added in the demo pop-up. But in case, for example, here we are asking the customer on which number do you want to receive a call back instantly, right? But in case your management wants, we can add a couple of more fields like to fetch the details like name and email of the customer as well, if that is also important to fetch. Alright, so customer could be, okay, before I do that, if customer leaves a contact here and says call me, system, how the process will be that system will first of all start calling the agent instantly, whoever's turn it is to receive the lead as per the settings they will make internally. And once agent will take call, agent is going to be given an audio whisper and information about the lead. Hi, you got an incoming lead coming from so and so page. Source country for the lead is this, because system can take the country code and convert it to the country name, so that you know where the lead is coming from. And then as an agent, you are just told to please hold, we are connecting you with the client. Simple. And you do not do anything, you just wait and system triggers the second call back to the client automatically. Okay, so this was the, I will show you the calling part. One more option you can see here. So basically what happens that at times, you know, this is a very kind of popular habit of people just before going to sleep, you start. I mean, you are half asleep by midnight in bed and you are searching for something, you know. There might be some clients like who are on your pages who are interested, let's say, but they do not wish to receive a call instantly at that point of time. So there is another feature here which we call scheduler. So customer, instead of receiving an instant call, can opt for the date and time when exactly he wishes to receive a call back from the company, right? So in this case, system is going to put all the details in the backend for the lead, but will only keep the call on hold and will automatically trigger the call once that specific date and time arrives which customer has selected here. Got it? Okay. So now let's do the live calling demo. Alright. My number is already registered with this page as agent of the company who will receive all the leads coming from this lead source. Just like your numbers will be configured in your company setup. So I would request anyone out of you to please act as customer here and leave your number. You are making an inquiry just to see how the calling works. Someone, anyone please. You just need to act as customer. All right. Just a sec. Okay.
53
53.
27
Sorry?
27 28 8.
What's your good name?
Beatriz. Bea.
Baya. Okay, so Baya is a customer here, and I am the agent of the company for this, who is supposed to receive this lead. So Baya just leaves a contact number and says call me. One more step we have kept here. We can skip this step if you want, but this is a kind of an optional step. We call it lead filtering step or lead qualification step. So here, basically we can configure a couple of quick questions for the customer based on whatever you want to ask. For example, the best use case which we have for this particular capability is what language would you prefer to speak in, right? I will tell you why this is very important to ask from the client. Now you might have agents who speak English, French, Russian, Chinese, Urdu, and so and so and so, German, and whatever you want to add here. Now, if you are asking client here, what language would you prefer to speak in, and client selects, let's say, Russian. So system will first of all forget whose turn it was next in the round robin part to receive the next lead, but that lead will only be thrown to the Russian speaker agent of your company. So from our side, like we have tried to make the system more logical from the perspective of client, and because a kind of a good and logical communication is expected out of the call. Like it won't work better that if like a customer says Russian and like I don't know, a non-Russian person will never be able to speak Russian. So what is the point of that call? Okay, I'm getting a live lead, so I missed it by the way. That's okay. Because we are internally using the same system, so people looking for Convolo, they go to our website and register. Anyway, so I was explaining the call filtering step. So one question could be, what language would you prefer to speak in? Second or third question, maximum 3 we suggest you, not more than that, because you do not want to give a kind of a form feeling to the client that he leaves in the half and doesn't submit it. You can ask what project are you interested in, what are your budget, I mean whatever makes sense for your business. You can give us questions and answering options. We can configure the answering options in the form of drop down just like this. So Convolo can do a couple of things with these answers selected by the customer. One, based on the answers, Convolo can throw that specific lead to a specific agent of the company who takes care of that, like who speaks the same language. Let's say all of you may not be specialists for everything, right? Few might be specialists for MR projects, few might be specialists for base 101 for by the new, few maybe, I don't know what all projects are there. So based on the project selected, again, they can configure the system in a way that if this is selected, then this lead goes only to these agents, then in round robin, right? And one more thing which can be done with this answers of the question, that system can take the answers, convert them into audio, and add as information to the agent once agent is called before call goes to the customer. Let me repeat. For example, there were 2 questions of the language and like, okay, second is department, like you are ready to buy, you want to schedule an appointment, or you don't, whatever a client selects here. So let's say client selects Russian language and she's ready to buy. So first call, once it will be triggered to the agent will be given this information by the system. You will see that, I'll actually show you. That department ready to buy. In this case, it's only one question. So let's do that actually. So I forgot your name, Bea. So Bea is the customer. She left an inquiry and she selected the department as ready to buy. Okay. By the way, these are just vanilla questions and answer. Like we can configure whatever they want. So she says select. What happens? Now this is customer's view. 55 seconds challenge will start running backward for her, just to keep it interesting. That system has already started calling my mobile phone within a couple of seconds. I was the agent.
Press any number to connect the call.
I'll just press any number.
Source country, United Arab Emirates. Landing page Arabian Ranches. Department is ready to buy. You are starting to call the client.
Now I have all the information as an agent, that where you have left the inquiry, what is the answer, and she receives a call back right away. Okay, take the call. Hi, this is Mudassar calling you back from Springfield Real Estate. You just left an inquiry on our website. I'm here to assist you with your requirements. I might be very bad in pitching real estate, so this is how the calling works. Can you hear me clearly, loud and clear?
Yeah.
Alright, thanks. So if you have noticed the time on screen, from timer started for the customer once customer submits the inquiry. Within a couple of seconds, agent's phone rings. Agent takes call, just 4 to 5 seconds of whisper, because that information has to be given to the agents, where this lead is coming from and what is this about and all. And system right away starts calling back the agent. Once customer. Once customer takes call, system merges both calls, so they can have the conversation with each other right away. So far, any questions? Is it clear? Yeah. You want us? Okay. So this was one way to get the call triggered. Now let's talk about another scenario in which let's say because this pop-up, it can either appear once customer clicks on the phone button, or we can make it automatically appear also if a customer stays on your page for a certain number of seconds. So let's say customer, this was opened automatically, and customer was viewing something on the website and customer just closes it. What happens now? And customer starts going down and seeing like, okay, what all available options are there, and then customer goes to inquiry form of the page, which is your inquiry form of the website or the landing page. So Convolo is going to integrate with all the forms of your pages as well. So either customer leaves an inquiry on the pop-up given by Convolo, or customer leaves an inquiry on the inquiry form of your own pages, calls are going to get triggered right away in the similar fashion, right? So now, someone else please, to be a customer.
Just a question.
Yeah.
So it only works with our company's website, or it's like?
I'll come to that. It is going to be connected with all your lead sources. With your Facebook, Instagram lead forms, with your landing pages, with your website, with TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, wherever you want to integrate. Depends on what are your lead sources. Except portals, everything. Because portals do not allow any external integration of such systems.
How are you gonna get the number of
Good. Did you receive a message after the call? Yeah, so can you please explain him what is the message?
That says, hi, great to connect. Feel free to reach out to me on WhatsApp. And then there is a WhatsApp link. And then there is a name, I assume your name. Then with a phone number. And then it just says Brightcall.ai demo. And
Well,
then a link.
let me answer your question now. Basically, after the call is disconnected, we have an automated SMS system which triggers two SMS, one to the agent, second to the client. Because during the call, this was an excellent question by the way. During the call, they both do not have each other's contact number because both are being called from the Convolo calling system. After the call is disconnected, agent, okay, let's start with customer will receive an SMS. By the way, these messages can be drafted by your team themselves in the system, what all they want to include in this message. But by default, what we offer is that if they do not make any change, it's like we send WhatsApp link and mobile number of the agent to the customer's message and vice versa. So as an agent, I also must have received an SMS with her contact number and WhatsApp link, right? And as I said, like this can be, by the way, I will come to the feedback messages on once I move to the dashboard part. So I'll explain more about it. What all can be included and what other benefits you can take from the same feedback messages. That is more for your marketing, but still I'll explain. Yeah, so now we were talking about a scenario in which customer closed the pop-up and came to your page inquiry form itself. So anyone to be a customer, please. Just to leave the room. What's your good name?
Priyanka.
Priya.
Priyanka.
Priyanka. Okay. And what's your number?
058
Okay.
57 9891
989
1
1. I'll put an email ID for now.
5799
Just a second. 05857
9
99
9891. The 891.
Come from here. 058
9891. Again 9. 9891.
Is it correct now?
Yeah.
That's okay. So this time Priyanka is the customer, and because this is my demo page, so always agent will be myself, so that I can show how the calling works. And Priyanka can leave any random comment here, like what is your dream property to own someday in Dubai? Palm Jumeirah, a villa is okay? Or? Alright. Just a sec.
For my marriage. And you should have to put your husband's now.
Oh my god.
Alright, so this is, kind of urgency level I have tried to add here. I'm not even sure you are married or not. Okay, So this is the comment. Priyanka is the customer. Priyanka leaves an inquiry on the inquiry form of the website. And see now how the system behaves in this. You submit the inquiry. Agent receives a call in a sec.
Press any number to connect the call. Delete.
This pressing any number, we have kept it mandatory so that we make sure that agent has actively attended the call, not in the pocket or bag or somewhere. So you just press anything on the keypad.
Source country, United Arab Emirates. Landing page, Arabian Ranches. Name, Priyanka message. Hi. I need a villa in Palmyra urgently for my marriage. Please assist quickly or I will contact some other company. You are starting to call the client.
Now I know what you're looking for, where the lead is coming from, and it is for your marriage. So, I might be a very bad sales guy, but I have pitched to, you receive a call back right away. Okay?
Full app DFCC.
Yeah, just take call.
Hello?
Hi Priyanka, I'm here to assist you with your villa which you need for your marriage, so you will not contact some other company. I'm calling you back from Springfield.
Yes.
So, could you please specify what other amenities are you looking for and when you are available for the viewing, or I don't know. This is how you sell in real estate? Okay, great. So are you available in Dubai? Okay, great. So let's plan a meeting or whatever. I mean, just alright. Thank you. Well, so this is how Convolo works.
So the system will not ask the agent if he is available, like if she or he is in another meeting.
If you're not available, miss the call, it will go to next.
Huh?
If you're not available and you do not take call, it will go to next agent in the queue. Yeah.
For any reason, if we are not able to listen that call properly, we have the option to listen again.
You're talking about the audio
That's
whisper.
passive, right? Because maybe sometimes.
Good question. See, I will answer you technically about that. You cannot opt yourself whether you want to repeat the whisper. But if your management wants, we can make the backend settings in advance by default that the whisper is repeated twice.
No need active listening.
That's something internal. I mean, but honestly, so with a couple of clients, actually, they were not very clear about because end of the day, this is AI. There is no Katrina speaking there. So it's like, for few clients, even the male voice, we can convert to male voice as well. So that worked better in terms of understanding. So we can do those kind of changes in the technicals in the background. If you want something specific to be repeated, for example, name of the customer you want to be repeated. So we can do in the backend, but that will be then applied overall, not specific to your call. So that is something which you can internally discuss with them, and if based on your feedback they want us to make some changes in the backend, yes we can.
Just asking.
Yeah, so answer is yes, but if they want. Yeah, any more questions so far? All good? Okay, so now let me.
Sorry, one question.
Yeah, please.
What if you're on the call with the client and then the call suddenly just cuts off? Like maybe from the client side, or maybe the system has an issue and it just cuts off midway.
Okay, so your question will by default be answered in a couple of minutes, but let me answer. It's just like in Convolo, please. By the way, it is now officially called Brightcall.ai. Convolo has been, they have rebranded itself. But I'm prone to say Convolo, so I keep saying Convolo. That it's like, in Convolo, your management or the backend controller, let's say Z in this case, they know exactly who disconnected the call because system takes into account each and everything. Even they would know that what number did you press on the keypad once you took the call. So let me take you to the dashboard. I'll show you the details. So this is how the backend dashboard looks like. This access will not be with you, obviously. This is with your admin, but you need to know that what all controls they can have and how would they manage to distribute leads amongst you and all, so that if tomorrow, like she comes to me that he received 3 leads, I did not receive yet, so this is not my fault. This is something which is internally your management needs to assign agents for each lead source separately. Right? So what happens that on top they have bunch of filters like and I cannot look into the screen. So okay, so duration part is there. Like they can see the data by duration. They can see the data by searching some specific client's number if they want to see that how many leads this client has like submitted so far. They can see by agent. They can see by status of the call. They can see by lead source, and then they have some sort of information as a summary on the top, which is how many total leads did they receive since like beginning till now, how many were answered. Answered means that both answered. Client also answered and agent also answered. That comes in the answered category. No answer means that agent answered, but client did not answer the call back once it was triggered to the client, right? And there will be one more alarming situation in red that will be missed. So that is missed by the agents. Remember one thing. Client will not be called by Convolo until agent is online. Got it? So, one more scenario now that is connected with this sentence which I just said. Like, for example, in each campaign, they are able to select the agents which all, for example, they run a campaign for some project of MR and they want to add 20 agents or let's say 10 agents for the situation to receive leads for that specific lead source. A lead comes and first agent misses it. It goes to next. Next also misses it. When it goes to next. System will keep calling each agent, whoever, until someone takes the call. Till the end of the list. Till the 10th. Right? Now if first one was you, let's say, you missed the call, it went to her, she took the call. Okay, and they have, most probably they are going to select the round robin to equally distribute the lead. Like first lead comes to the first, second to second till the 10th and again back to first. Now as a first agent, you missed your call, you missed your turn as well. Now you will wait for 9 more leads to come to one each of them and then your turn will come again. This is,
that case is not going to receive the details of the client.
no. Details of the client are only sent to the agent who speaks to the customer after the conversation. That is the reason why we assign even the lead in the CRM after the conversation so that we know who is the lead owner. Right? Please.
And I think the other important point is that you have to sign into Convolo and make sure that you're active online to actually be in that list of 10. So just don't walk into work and expect that you're going to receive a lead without signing in and being active online on the application. This application records all your incoming calls from Convolo basically. You have to sign in to be on that list of 10 on the campaign. Correct?
Well, to some extent, but actually, see, these are the calls which are not being sent on to their application. These calls are being sent directly to their mobile phone number.
So they don't have to sign in?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
This is not Convolo Dialer. That's another product for the outbound calling.
If this is the same app what PSI is
Yes,
using,
yeah.
we were supposed to log in after every 15 minutes. It used to log out and we have to log in.
Yeah.
See, that is something internal. Okay, we have mobile application for iOS and Android both. But if your management wants you to log, we do not make you bound to make the logins and then you will receive the leads, right? It's internal. So if internally they decide that based on the attendance, as we had some sort of discussion before, so based on the attendance they want to distribute the leads, so that is their lead distribution
That's
way.
okay. Even if we have to log in the morning, it's fine. But when we were using this app, it used to log out every 15-20 minutes.
No, it's not like
So
that.
we have to
You
check
do
in
not,
every
okay, let me put it
15
this way.
minutes and log in.
To use this solution, you do not need an app even. That is not connected with this.
We're using the same app.
Convolo, we had a Convolo app. Yeah.
Okay, Priyanka, this is like a normal call, okay? So this is not something like you log in on a system. This is basically like the normal how you call the client. So it's Convolo is just a system to connect the client and the agent itself. For her to be on the same call on the inquiry that they inquired. No need to log in on any system. But if you're not in the office, just the usual, you will not receive
So
the
maybe that company had designed it like that.
No.
Currently,
It's a
as
different-
I'm
I think
explaining
it's a
you,
different
you do not need anything from your end. No login, no logout, no app, nothing. Because these are direct calls which are being sent to your SIM card number. Okay? We have an app that is there. Like, okay, that is again up to them. Like if they want us to give access to all of you through the mobile application, then we can always give. In that case, what you can see that your own all leads, whatever you received till today, and the recordings of the calls and everything, you will receive that. Otherwise, you will have that data in your CRM as well. So you actually do not need it.
Yeah, because we used to have access to this at PSI.
Yeah, but that is again, that is what I'm telling you. Like this is basically admin access. So if they want additional logins to be given, now that is commercially connected as well. I mean, that's another conversation, but usually 99% of our clients, or 99.99%, they do not give access to the agents. I mean, there is no need, because agents are going to receive their leads otherwise in the CRM right after the call. So why do you need the access to this? Because you will not be able to otherwise access any of the data except your own calls which you received, right? Yeah, please.
Also, the call that's going to come in, it's from a generic number, or it will be...
Great question. Great. Thank you for asking that. Actually, I had to tell that. You will always receive the calls from maximum 2 or only one number all the time, which that number is already provided to your once the setup. They have sent it already. Yeah. So please, you can take that number from Z. You will always receive the leads from the same number. And what I suggest you strongly, in order to avoid missing any calls, save that number in your phone, like urgent Convolo leads or something like that, because that is what I have done personally. So that it is going to be coming from a landline number of Dubai, which is basically Infolab DMCC's number. So if you do not save it, it will come from Infolab DMCC. That is your lead, live lead. And if you save it, then whatever name you save it with. But you are strongly suggested to please save that number in your phone, so that you do not miss a call. You know that this is a lead coming in. It will always come from the same number.
If they call back, where would the call go?
Who
I
calls
just
back?
called you back. I just called you back.
I received the call. Yeah. Another scenario. If customer misses a call initially and customer tries to call back on the same number, so system has got a capability to come back and check that who was the agent who took call once this customer missed the call lately. So that call will again be sent to the mobile phone of the same agent. So basically, another way to put the same situation is that as an agent, once you take a call, okay, and you are waiting for client to take the call now, and it does not matter whether client takes the call or not, but that lead stays with you. You are the lead owner, because you took the lead. It was not your fault that client did not answer. And in case, now that is connected with few more things. In case client doesn't answer, there are 2 messages again, automated SMS, which are triggered by Convolo. One to the agent, second to the client. Agent will be sent a message that, hi, client didn't answer, press on this link to re-trigger the call. So agent can also press the link and same process will be repeated. Like you will again receive a call from the system, and then you answer the call, listen to the whisper, and call again goes back to the customer. And similarly, customer is also going to receive an automated message if customer misses a call, right? That, hi, we tried reaching you, unfortunately you look like unavailable. Please press on this link to get a call from us again. So in a way, you are letting your customer know that he needs not to go and make another inquiry to receive another call back. He can just press on that, click that link, and he will receive a call back. Alright? Okay. You are a customer, I am the agent. Okay, you put an inquiry, and some way, like you, okay, system triggered the call to me, I took call, then I was waiting for you to take the call, and somehow you missed it. If you miss as a customer, you will receive an automated message by on your phone that, hi, we tried reaching you, unfortunately, that message can be drafted, whatever you want, right? And there will be a link in that message. You press on that link, and you need not to make another inquiry on the website or somewhere. You just press on that link and call. What system does, system will come back and check, okay, I was the agent who took call once you missed it. So that lead will again be sent to me. I will take call and you will receive a call back again.
Right, so the customer will not get my number, they'll get the link in that case.
There is a reason why. Actually, we can send your number as well, technically. But as this system is meant to have the tracking and recording and each and everything of the conversation, especially once it's about the initial conversation, the first call with the new client, so we keep you on the links so that the call is triggered through Convolo. If we give you the direct number, definitely you will call directly. So that is outside Convolo. We do not have any clue of that. What was the conversation? When did you speak it? That will not be called. So each and every call through Convolo is by default recorded. So I'll come to that part now. Any more questions so far?
Just last thing.
Yeah, please.
So let's say if they're advertising internationally, for example, US or Canada, let's say it's, for us it's 3 a.m. and for them it's 12.
We were discussing that part already.
Would we still get a call or that would show as agents are off?
Another good question. Let me repeat the question. The guy says that let's say the lead comes from some other time zone, and it's 3 a.m. here, but in US or some other part of the country, like it's let's say afternoon, right? So what happens to those leads? Are the calls triggered by Convolo or no? If yes, then how, right? So there is. Can you just wait for 2 minutes for me to answer this? Because next step was the working hours process, so that I'll explain there. Okay, so coming back to what all comes to the management in the dashboard by default, once you have a conversation as an agent with the client, what was the widget name, from where this lead arrived, at what exact date and time, what is status of the call, answered, answered means there was a communication, who hung up the call, lead or the agent. This is what I was telling you, that they know everything, like even if you have disconnected or how. What was the URL, the lead source, and then all the details about the client, like his number, his email ID or whatever comment, whatever information basically they fetch in the form, that also comes here in the dashboard. And even the IP address of the client could be picked up. Then in the agents column, they will be able to see that who was the agent from the company who had the conversation with this client. So basically this agent is going to be the lead owner in the CRM as well for this specific lead. One more important thing. Can you hear me? Because this is a bit anyway. So for example, again talking about a scenario in which some agents are expected to miss the call. Okay, so let's say call came to you, you missed it. Then again it came to your name is Max. Assume in this case. So call came to you. What's your name? Shahroz. So it was Shahroz turn to receive this lead, but system called Shahroz. Shahroz missed it, and then it went to Max. Max took the call. So in the same lead here in the agents column, your management will be able to see Shahroz's name here in red, and then Max name who took the call. So they will actually know that this lead has been given to which all agents who have missed the call, and then Max took the call. Right? So I mean nothing can be hidden from Convolo. It's yeah.
You will always wait 55 seconds to change the call, to change the agent. In case that this agent does not pick up, you wait 55
Great.
seconds.
Yeah.
No. Answer is no. Why? I will tell you. Because each and every telecom operator has got their own number of seconds for the ringing time. Fewer disconnecting at 40 seconds, fewer disconnecting at 45 seconds or something. But in this scenario, Convolo has got another inbuilt feature which they will control. They can basically control the number of seconds they want one agent's mobile phone to be ringing. Most probably they are going to keep it around 20 or something. If within 20, because there is a reason for that. From our side, there is no restriction. They put it for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes, your phone will be it will keep on ringing. But you are giving kind of a psychological commitment of 55 seconds to the customer. By the way, that 55 seconds thing is just psychological. There is nothing technical which is related to that figure. It's just less than 1 minute and in seconds and something. Now what happens is that they control basically that how many seconds they want one first agent mobile phone to be ringing, then the second, then the third, they can configure themselves. So most of our clients, they keep it closer to 18 to 20 seconds for a reason. I will tell you the reason as well. You are giving a psychological commitment, but a commitment to the client that you will receive a call back within 55 seconds. So if they keep 18 to 20 seconds, what it means that at least 3 agents are tried within the same. So it is very less likely that all 3 are going to miss the call. So somehow you will meet the commitment with the customer. That answers your question?
Yes, and who will receive the lead will know the free replies.
Okay. Another scenario. So actually, this is very important question, and this is the most important. I'll tell you. Once I answer, you will realize there was a lead source configured by your management, and they had put, let's say, 5 agents to receive the leads from that lead source. As I said, that the first one misses, goes to next, then next, then next. Question is, what if all 5 of them miss the call? Now this is an interesting scenario. Here, first of all, system will send an automated apologetic message to the customer. That can be automated. That is what they control. They can write anything. Unfortunately, our agents are here. Allow us few minutes to get back, whatever they want to write. All 5 agents who have missed the call, they are going to instantly receive an SMS on their number with a link in it. Hi, you missed an incoming call. Press on this link to trigger the call again. Now, the beauty comes here. That link only works once. Whoever presses the link first, call will trigger between him and the customer, and others will keep trying, and it will take them to a page. Thank you very much. There was already a conversation. So if you are taken to that page, then stop trying. Because by default, Convolo makes sure that one lead is connected with one agent only. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Have you used Convolo before? How you can come up with so great question? Like this was already. Okay. Any more questions so far? All clear? Okay. So we were talking about the agents column, in which they will be able to see that who all have missed the call, and then who took the call, and then this agent is going to be assigned the lead into the CRM as well. By the way, whatever information you can see on this page based on what they want, how they want it to be integrated with your CRM, we can push this information into the lead as well. Even the recording link of the call we can push to the CRM lead if you want. Then let's come to this column, leads. It's difficult to see. Okay, lead rating and agents note. Now let's talk about, someone was asking the messages question. Who asked that?
Timing, he was asking.
Timing is next, our next screen. So, okay, the automated messages, now let's come back to the same again. Right after the call, the messages are sent to agent and client with the contact number and WhatsApp link exchange of each other automatically. Right, because majority of your clients, they are expected to send them information through WhatsApp right away after the call, like brochures or whatever you want to send. So otherwise you will have the contact details in the CRM lead as well, but SMS is more quick. Okay, so in the same messages, now please pay attention, this is important. In the same messages which you will get as an agent, your marketing can ask you about the quality of the lead as well. And you need to reply to that message with whatever they configure. Let's say they configure a message that send 1 for excellent, 2 for okay, 3 for bad lead, 4 for needs follow-up, 5 for booked a meeting or anything else, whatever. You can reply with the number, or you can, for example, you want to write something in response to that message which is not included in the pre-configured draft. So you can write in your own text as well, that the guy is crazy, let's say. Okay, so whatever you respond back to the management, that goes here in this column. So they basically get to know the quality of leads through you. So that they have the conversation recording as well. So like, I mean, you cannot even, overrate or underrate it. So whatever exactly it will be, because what happens is based on your feedback through those SMS, your management gets to know that what lead sources are providing them more quality leads, so that they can invest their marketing accordingly. Secondly, the message which goes to the customer, in which we add the agent's number and WhatsApp link. In the same message, they can ask the customer, how was your experience with our agent, or kind of feedback from the customer as well. Now, whatever customer responds back, as an agent, you do not know that, but that comes to the management here in this column as well. So don't fight. Alright. Then the last part in the calls page is that, as I said, each and every call of Convolo is automatically recorded. So right after the conversation, anyone having access to this dashboard, maybe your management, Mr. Farooq, or her, or maybe up to them, like they share with home, they can just put on the headphones and listen to the complete conversation, how our precious agents or having a quality conversation with the potential customer. Alright? So these recordings can basically be downloaded, can be shared with the managers if they want, or these can be used for the training purposes in the meetings. If some agent is performing super cool on the calls, then just to train the juniors and all. So this was the calls page. Now, one more thing is that your management is not very dependent on us or Convolo tech team in the backend to make any small changes in your setup. For example, this is the agents page now. Okay, on agents page, they want to add the new agents. They can go there until commercial part I will not discuss with you until the subscription is paid. So they can add the agents themselves, and once the agent is added, they can just add then that agent to which lead source they want to receive that receive leads for that agent. Okay. Now, for example, anyone out of you leaves on an emergency leave for a week, something like that. So they need not to delete you from the system and then re-add once you come back. Simply, you just need to inform the admin, like the controller of the system. By one click, they just need to switch you off. If you are switched off in the system, you will not receive any leads until you are switched on again by them. So this is again a control with your internal team. Understood? So it is requested, like if you think you are not going to be available for a couple of days, just inform them so that the leads are not wasted or something. Okay, then this is the performance matrix for the agents which they can see all the time. So they will be able to see that how many leads are in total given to this agent, how many he or she missed, how many he or she answered, what is the answering rate percentage and all. So I had a client, no name, I still have. So they are using Convolo since almost 4 years now. In the second year, their agents missed a lot of leads, and they were not even triggering the calls through the SMS after the calls, So they noticed it. So our backend support just mentioned to the client that why your agents are missing so many leads. I mean, your marketing is generating, but they are not taking calls at all. Okay, so I was not supposed to be there, but they put me in CC in those conversations. They sent official emails to each and every agent who was added in Convolo system to receive the leads, that from now on, if you miss 3 calls given to you by Convolo, we will remove you from Convolo system. Now the answering rate is 98%. All good. So basically, it is very important for you guys to take the call, because see, end of the day, this is your bread and butter, correct? And you do not want to miss an incoming inquiry to you. Like, this is not a cold calling stuff in which you need to convince some client to buy something from you. This is like client is partially interested already. He's going to make an inquiry to you. Okay, one more thing which you can do here. This is what I was mentioning to you as well. Someone asked for leads coming from the different time zone, right? So what your management can do, there is an option here in the system. They can go to the agent's name, go to schedule, and make a custom schedule for the availability of each agent for each day of the week. So I can tell you how our other clients are managing this kind of a situation. There are 2 ways to manage this. One, you keep your system 24/7 active. Do not put the working hours. What will happen in that case? For example, if he will have an issue receiving a late night call, okay, let him miss it. It will go to her, she might be taking the call, right? This is one way, like to keep the system active 24/7, which is more preferred. I mean, that actually takes away all that problem of outside time zone. Because what happens, for example, if you specify working hours in Convolo system, if the leads are being registered during that timing, which is your working hour for that day, Convolo is going to trigger the call. But if it comes outside your working hour bracket, Convolo is not going to trigger the call for that. Even the tooltip changes for the customer automatically with that phone button of 55 seconds commitment. It changes automatically to leave your number, we will call you, something like that. But at the same time, it does not mean that Convolo is not going to call those customers at all. For example, your working hours were 8 to 8. Let's assume you received so many leads during the day. So once they were registered during 8 to 8, you received the calls and okay, you spoke to the customers. Now, for example, after 8 p.m., you received 10 leads from that lead source, okay, but system did not trigger the call. System does not trigger the call if the lead is being registered outside your defined working hours which you will put in the Convolo. So now, what happens to those 10 leads? Basically, system is waiting for your next morning 8 a.m. to start to automatically trigger the pending leads of last night, one by one. Got it? Should I repeat it?
No. Actually, I wanted to ask, would we have like a choice, because sometimes, you know, I'm awake till 4 a.m. for example, because I take US calls as well. Some agents probably don't work that late. I do, for example. So maybe we can speak to our management about it.
That is what I
Which days
said,
we
the
can-
custom schedule part.
Yeah.
What they can do is they can take few volunteers out of you who are willing to take calls late night as well, and they can make you available they can keep the system available 24/7 in that case for that specific lead source, and they can limit the working hours for other agents. And yours are by default 24/7. So it's like that lead is otherwise going to be thrown to you. So it is technically possible, yes. It's just like how they set up. Alright.
You mentioned you will trigger the next morning all of the leads that were pending, but on their country it might be 12 a.m.
If there was an award of great questions, I would have given it. Excellent question. Because this happened with me. Previously, okay, now I will answer that, how you can control that. Previously, we did not have that feature. We call it cool down feature. I'll come to that in maybe another 5 minutes. So, without that feature, what happened, like, we were internally using Convolo, and it was very beginning, like I'm talking about 4 years ago. And one Monday morning, I was connected with the client, and now I was an employee. I took the call, okay, but it was 8:02 in the morning. Client started yelling at me. He was like, I'm still with my girlfriend, why it is the weekend, and how can you call me this early to make a sale? And now, as an agent, I cannot even explain to him, man, this is automated, I did not do that, just listen to me. You cannot explain, the client doesn't know the automated part and all. So then Convolo came up with this another feature, which is cool down period. This is how you control the basically pending calls of last non-working period yourself. I'll come to that just along in a few minutes, because that is otherwise covered in the presentation. Okay, so this was the agents page. Now the last part, which will explain and answer a lot of your questions, is the widget settings. This is core of the product. Like each and everything about your setup is being controlled through this widget settings page. Beauty about Convolo is that they can create n number of widgets in Convolo. So what is the widget? Like they need to create one widget for each and every lead source separately, so that they can keep different settings for each widget. They may not be assigning the leads to all of the agents from all of the sources. So what I mean is, let's enter settings of one widget only. Now this is one widget setting. So whatever you are going to see right from here till the end, these settings can be different for different widgets. So one widget is for one lead source. Okay, so your website widget will be different, your Facebook ad widget will be different and all. So now let's say this is your website widget. They go to call routing.
I think this is more on the technical side for the
They just need to understand the routing part, like how. Okay. So let's say all your 60 agents will be available with them in the available agents list. So they have to manually pick which all agents they want to receive leads from this specific lead source. So whatever they pick, that basically comes here in the current call queue, right? So whatever they keep selecting, this one, let's say they selected these 5 agents. So actually the agents who will receive leads for this lead source are only these 5 which are selected by your management. Others are available to them, but they have not yet selected for this lead source. Understood? Now here, they need to define the working hours. So someone asked for I think I already answered the outside time zone situation, but still. So whatever, let me quickly repeat. Whatever working hours they define here for whatever day, if the lead is being registered from wherever on God's earth during that timing, calls are going to get triggered right away. Otherwise, system will keep a pile of your non-working hours leads registered and will wait for your next working morning time to start to trigger that pile one by one to each one of you, whoever's turn it is to receive the lead. I think I took a lot of time. 90% of you are just in the phones. Please bear with me for another maximum 10 minutes. So on the same page now, situation here is that they have selected 5 agents, right? Now they have options here in which order they want to distribute the leads to these 5 selected agents. System can call all at the same time as well. There is a limit of 5 by Etisalat, so we work with Etisalat, Cipter and all. But all 5 mobile phones we can start calling at the same time. Whoever picks the call first takes the lead. But that will create a chaos. None of our customers they're using this option, but option is there in the system. Then call in order is another option, which means that every time a new lead comes, it always goes to the first agent. If he misses, then it goes to the next, then next. But again a new lead comes, again it starts from the same first agent. So that is call in order. So actually none of the real estate companies are using these options. There's a funny example that I have a client in business setup consultancy. So wife is CEO, next senior is husband, and then the sales. So they are using call in order. Wife receives all the leads. If wife misses, then goes to husband, and if husband also misses, then sales. So that is call in order. So Convolo is kind of a family-friendly software as well if some women wants to do. Then okay, let me skip this all because this is more technical. Majority and definitely your company is also going to use rotates full grouping widget, which is nothing but round robin. First lead to first, second to second, third to third, till the last agent again back to first. But again, I'm repeating, if as an agent you miss your call, you miss your turn as well. If you miss one call, then you will have to wait for all other agents in the list to receive one lead each, and then your turn will come again. Or another way is that pray that others will also miss the calls just like you. Then your turn will come again. Alright. Now let's move to notifications in the same widget settings. These are the messages which your management can, I'll quickly take you through them because this is more related with them. Here they can draft those messages of feedback themselves, whatever they want to send to the client and agent after the call. And multiple other notifications can be set up, like let's say there was a situation once none of the agent took the call, so that apologetic message, whatever they want to draft, they can draft here in this. Then there could be multiple email notifications as well if they want to set. For example, none of the agent took a call for a specific lead, so if they want system to automatically throw an email notification for the same to Mr. Farooq, we can do that. So this can already be set up, automated that way. Now we move to the behavior. Here I'll explain your question about the early morning automated calls. Here is the feature in the behavior section of the widget settings. We call it cool down period. Cool down period is a feature in which you can put any number, which is actually number of minutes, which can be a gap from your start time of the work of that day till you want Convolo the first pending call of last night to trigger. Understood? No. For example, you put 120 here. Okay? You can change it to 180, 240, whatever you want to keep. Let's say you put 120 here, which means, and you had 10 leads which were registered overnight for which the call during your non-working hours and for which calls are pending. Now, what time do you start in the morning? 9. You start at 9, okay? So if you have put 120 here, it means that first pending call of last night is going to get triggered at 11, not at 9. So this is in terms of number of minutes, your gap from your start time till Convolo starts throwing the pending leads of last night. So you can change it, like if you think 11 is also too early, because you have otherwise not committed any time during the non-working hours with the customer. So you can keep pushing these calls to the afternoon if you want. Like you put 180 or 240. 240 means that first call will be at 1 p.m. of last 10 pending calls of last night. So this is what you control now.
Who controls that? Admin?
Everything is with whatever I'm showing you here. It is like your admin. Even on your display, if you want to be a bit different than your competitors, instead of 55, you can put 51, 53, whatever, because this is just a display. Then this choice of convenient call, like the call scheduling option which I showed you on the pop-up. So they have again a choice whether they want to give it all the time, they do not want to give it all, or they want to only give that option to the customers during non-working hours, which makes more sense. Okay, now system has got multiple languages in it: English, Swedish, Norwegian, Finnish, Danish, Arabic, Spanish, Italian, German, Dutch, French, Greek, Polish, Japanese, Korean, Russian, Hindi, Malayalam, and we can add more like if you want. So basically these languages, they become very handy once let's say your marketing is running campaigns in those areas. Like let's say if we talk about Saudi Arabia, 99.99% people will only understand Arabic. So what we can do that with these languages, that we can even give you the pop-ups on your pages in these kind of languages. Let's say you run a campaign in Russia, so that pop-up will be in Russian. So all these languages can be used based on the campaigns and all. So that's it from my side. Like now, whatever you want to ask, please. For more clarity, for anything which is left.
Basically, we get the numbers after we get the call disconnected.
Yes.
After that, we can contact the client.
Instantly after the call, you will receive.
We don't have to do it through any app, so we can just directly make the calls and contact the client.
Let's do actually one more thing. Because there is something which you need to keep in mind. Please do not talk to the client in a way that you have received a call. You need to know that you are calling the client back after his inquiry. So you have to be a bit proactive in the conversation. Hey, this is so and so calling from this company. I'm here to assist you with your requirements. Do not ask the client, how can I help you? The client would say, man, you are calling me and you are asking me, how can you help me? So that goes on. So now just one more thing. Just to have a bit of training on the agent side, like as you as an agent. Let's say, what's your good name?
Amani.
Amani. So this time, Amani, what's your contact?
56.
Actually, let's do this one. Five, 6.
244.
Yeah.
277.
277.
4.
4.
I just have a question here.
Yeah, please.
Can somebody enter a number without the country code? Depending on where
Yes.
they are?
Convolo can pick up by default the
Country code.
based on the IP address of the customer. We can assume the country code.
Sometimes people might not work plus.
Yeah. So that's fine. That's okay.
Actually, the number is 277
Okay, 056.
277
Okay,
2447.
2447. Correct? You guys don't know your own numbers? Check again, please. Because I don't want this call to be thrown to someone else.
Should we change the number?
You are new in UAE or you just bought the SIM?
056
Royal people number.
It's fine.
056 277 2447. Okay. So now, someone has to be agent. Alright, because you guys are very nearby, otherwise there will be an echo. Okay. So she's going to be the agent. So you are the client in this case. So let's have this rehearsal a couple of times, that how the agent should have the conversation and how the client is going to do that. So Amani is a customer. Amani is leaving the details here. No, put on speaker.
Press any number to connect the call. Source country, United Arab Emirates. Landing page Arabian Ranches. Name, Amani message. Hi. Call me right now. You are starting to call the client.
Hi, Amani, this is Sonia from Springfield Properties. I received your query from Arabian Ranches. You said call me right now. How can I help?
How much is the price per square foot?
So are you looking for a 3 or 4 bedroom townhouse? Ready? 5, okay. So we have an upcoming community now very soon in Arabian Ranches with 5 bedroom villas, not townhouses. I can send you further information. What kind of budget have you got at the moment?
You can explain whatever is the budget.
Sure, okay. And can you tell me when are you looking to move in by?
Honestly, right now, can you call me back later?
Now that is also something which clients would not usually say because they have put an inquiry.
Oh my god, I disconnected. I wasn't meant to. She was.
Yeah, that's okay. Because once the client makes an inquiry, client sees already that
Agents should never disconnect.
a callback will come right away. So it's, client is not expected to say I'm busy. Why are you giving an inquiry if you're busy?
I just find that this area busy now.
But they are leaving an inquiry after seeing that they are going to receive a call back within 55 seconds. Because this is one of the major pain points for the sales. So now this is where your answering rate will be much, much better because client is leaving an inquiry once he is available to speak. In majority of the cases I'm talking about. Now once in a blue moon if someone says that okay my kids are here, let me talk to you later. One more thing which there is something called successful call in Convolo system, right? So in few of the companies, I faced some sort of situations in which just to own the lead, let's say as an agent you are busy somewhere, okay? And you'll receive a lead, although you cannot speak, okay? And you attend the call just to own the lead that it will be yours. It will not be yours. For a few reasons I will explain you what. One is that there is a feature called successful call duration, which they can set anything in the widget settings, right? For example, they select 15 seconds or something, 20 seconds, whatever they want to put. If the total connected call time is less than that, that lead will never be assigned to you as an agent. One. Second, so you cannot just take the call and disconnect after some time. Okay, now it is my lead. No, that will still go to some other agent because you did not reach the connected time for which matches which basically passes the successful call which they have kept in the settings. I don't know how I'm explaining it, but it's.
Got the point.
You got the point? Another way.
It's not like they receive the call and drop it.
Yeah, you will not get the lead. And secondly, they have the recordings of each and every call. If you even try to be even more smarter and you know that okay, 15 seconds is the connected successful call time, let me just not even speak or speak A, B, C, D, whatever you want to say to the client, and then again, see, they have the recordings. So you did not have any logical conversation with the. So if you do not want to be called by Mr. Guru, don't do that. Because see, honestly, this system is we are placing this system in your company so that we can ensure a smooth conversation between your potential client and you guys. So in case you are busy, strongly a suggestion from my side is miss the call. Let it go to someone else or disconnect. Even if you disconnect as an agent without attending, you reject the call, it will start going to some other agent. But let the client have the conversation which is logical. Instead of just, I understand your job description and thing, like you would love to have each and every lead. Or if I'm at your place, even if I'm doing whatever, if there is a live lead, I will excuse and I will take that call for a couple of minutes. That is another way. But if you cannot take the call, let's say you are in a basement, you know that the signals are weak or maybe this client is not going to hear me well, let the lead go. Let it go to someone else. And then even you can explain it to them why you couldn't take the call, because you were not available at that time or you were busy somewhere. But try not to own the leads if you do not have time to have the proper conversation with the client. That's the point.
My question.
Yeah, please come again.
After disconnecting the call, we do get all the contact details of the client. So
Yes.
we can have the direct contact. We don't have to go through any app or anything.
Yes.
Those are the,
So two
those calls
things.
are not recorded.
There. Yeah. Recording is a concern, by the way.
Once it's qualified, it's up to us.
Yeah.
Did you receive a
Wait.
WhatsApp, directly call.
See, I was the agent in that case. Once it was a demo call. See what message did I receive? Your name, your number, your WhatsApp link, and whatever feedback my company asked from me by default. So similarly, what happens is that I'll repeat that. I actually told you. Right after the call, the messages are sent to both agent and client with each other's contact number and WhatsApp links.
You didn't receive a message?
She must have received.
Is it an SMS or?
SMS. So you were client in this case, right? Yeah. So you must have received the agent's number. Or in this case, number is this, but okay. Alright?
Last question from my side.
Yeah.
Is the agent attached to a lead source or to a campaign?
It's same.
No,
I
not
mean,
the same. I can run 3 campaigns in Instagram. Lead source, Instagram. Campaigns are different.
No. It is per campaign.
It's per campaign.
For example, you run 10 campaigns on Facebook, 10 different lead forms. So each lead form will have a different agent. Something like that. Because depending on the project, that is how Convolo enables you to select the relevant agents who are supposed to receive it.
This is a call from a project that I have not studied, have no idea about.
Exactly. So what you will talk about. So better to put those agents in that those specialists.
I'm making an inquiry through this form, right? And I don't want someone call me back, and I'm just putting my WhatsApp number, which is not even active.
Convolo is a pure telephony solution. So if they integrate it with the lead sources, call will get triggered. If you have some alternative source as a separate WhatsApp chat button on your, which we do not do, on your website or the lead sources, then clients must not leave the inquiry here, they should go to the WhatsApp chat directly. But if inquiry is submitted, then Convolo will not hold the call if it is your working
Try
hours.
to call and or maybe keep on calling, right?
Keep on calling in which case?
I mean, calling me if I put my details, if it's
As a customer.
right.
No, it will not keep on calling you. Like, see, it will be sent to the agent. Once
My
agent.
number is off. That's my secondary number. If that's only for WhatsApp, the number is not active. I'm putting my details.
So you have put a number which is actually switched
Try to
off.
call.
Which is actually switched
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
So in that case, in the back end, what will happen that this lead will be thrown to one of the agents, because before that, Convolo doesn't know whether your number is on or off, right? So once agent will take call, agent will be given the whisper, and then this Convolo will try calling on this number. If it is off, then definitely it will be no answer call.
It won't be wasted. It can be shared to any other agent, right? It won't be wasted.
No, whatever comes in Convolo dashboard, even they cannot delete it. There is nothing deletable. So, like that lead will be assigned to that agent who took the call, whether the number is switched off or on, doesn't matter. But once agent took the call, client did not answer, that lead is still assigned to the agent. Because as an agent, it's not your fault that client missed the call or number was off or wrong in some cases or whatever. Yeah, any more questions? I think this side is kind of a PhD in Convolo. You don't want to ask anything? Or everything is clear? So, anything else like? I hope this session helped you guys to understand like how this is going to work for you guys, and this was beneficial.
What if a client contacts two different links?
Just a second.
Like if a client contacts again, let's say a client contacts today.
Okay.
A few days later, he's again on the site and same number he contacts.
The question is that if a client makes multiple inquiries, now that those multiple inquiries are coming from different campaigns, let's say, okay, one was for some other project, second one was, usually investors do that, like they want to get information about this. So, again now, there are two parts of the answer to this question. First part, if a client makes, let's say, he made one inquiry on your website, which came to you. it was your turn as an agent to receive the lead, so you received it. He makes another inquiry on your Facebook campaign, maybe for the same project, but let's assume that you are not even there in the list of those agents which they have selected for that campaign. So basically, whoever is the agent, he will be given the call for the same client. But where the control comes with them is, once they will make the integration with the CRM, so they have option. How do they want to integrate their CRM with Convolo? It's not like, it will not based on case to case. They have to decide whether, if the same customer makes multiple inquiries, they want Convolo to go and create duplicate lead with the same customer's details in the CRM, but assign it to the new agent who spoke this time, or they want Convolo not to create any new lead and just go and update the previous old lead in the CRM with the same agent, but just add the new call recording as well. Alright, so this is up to them. How do they want Convolo CRM to be integrated with your CRM internally? Convolo can do both. But based on my experience and what majority of CEOs want, they are okay with the duplication for a reason. For example, you were the old agent who was dealing with that client, and now that client makes another inquiry on some other lead source again to your company. If I was CEO, I will also take the same decision that if she received the new lead, now this lead belongs to her, even if the client is the same. Why? If you were so good in follow-up, and if you were kind of actively in touch with the client, why client needs to put an inquiry there? Why he's not contacting you directly for the requirement? Right? So it is always, my suggestion is to keep the duplication for the same clients, but let it go to the new agent who spoke to the client, instead of just keeping the pile of the same leads from the same clients with the same agent. Otherwise, that client needs not to put an inquiry if the agent is already actively in connection with them.
It depends on the integration of HubSpot.
Yeah, that's what you need to decide once Alex and those guys, they're in touch with you after the setup.
Because basically all of these calls will all link to HubSpot. So we will integrate all the leads on HubSpot, so they will have the information on their CRM itself.
Yeah, for sure.
So regardless if they miss the call.
Yeah, you were asking something. Sorry. Rehan? Rehan, you were asking something.
No.
Like you said something, start or something. Because then he asked and I asked you to. Alright. So that's it. Should we call it a day or?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking how soon we get started.
You have started already. Setup is delivered to them. So they just need to activate it from their side. Yeah. Internal question.
I have a question.
That's
They can see it says calling you within 55 seconds, like right here.
yeah, please.
Even on Meta, it would say you'll get a call in 55 seconds if somebody submits their information.
Actually, no. There is a way to do that, but see, this pop-up which I am talking about, we have the control. It is Convolo pop-up, so we have the back-end control of that form or the fields or whatever. But your Meta is controlled by yourself. So you can probably embed the text in the lead form. That will give you a number. We will call you within 55 seconds. But that is up to them. Like we do not have controls over your forms. So your forms can be customized by yourself.
For Meta, it's different, right? Because the ad usually pops up.
No, for Meta there will be no pop-up like this.
No, I'm saying
It's
for
like-
ad. If somebody's running an ad, it pops up, right? Like for different areas. So let's say they put up an ad in.
See,
different
Convolo
mediums.
calling will work in two ways for social media. One, if the lead forms are being used for Facebook and Instagram, the submit button of the lead form will be call trigger for Convolo without customers to be redirected anywhere else. But they intend doing one more thing, which is the ads which you are talking about. So in that case, just like Google Ads, once customer clicks on learn more or some button, it will take the customer to the landing page or your website. So on that page, we are going to do Convolo.
So they have to go to the
Yeah. So in that case, but if it is lead forms, they do not need to go anywhere. The call can trigger automatically right from the lead source itself. Yeah.
I have a suggestion for this thingy. See, even if you have this feature that after the starting of the working hours, you can put the determined number of minutes for the call to be triggered again, even though you might be calling a customer at 1 a.m. in their country unless they go lead by lead to schedule this in a proper way. One suggestion would be, if it is outside our working hours, why don't you let the customer tell you exactly what time they want to be called?
This is where that call scheduling option gets in place.
That's what
In that case, what you do is, I strongly suggest to use that call scheduling option only during your non-working hours. If it will be your non-working hours, okay, I will tell you why. Customer will be given the calendar slot, like a date and time, and by default, that option which will be available for the customer to select the time, that will be your working hours only. Are you getting it? For example, you receive 8 to 8, or let's say even you want to prolong, let's say till 12 a.m. you want to receive calls as an agent, so that's your internal decision. So what happens here is that if it is your non-working hour after 12 a.m. and there is a client in US who is leaving an inquiry, so make that call scheduling option open for the customer during your non-working hours, so that customer goes and clicks there, and calendar will open for the customer, and the options which customer will be given, they will start from your 8 a.m. only until your 12 a.m. So let the customer choose whatever time he wants to choose. Maybe he's okay with even speaking to you in the evening or in yours. That's fine.
Yes, that's fine, and I totally agree on that, but actually I was telling a bit different. I was saying that if the customer is from the US, is inquiring at 1 a.m., okay? So right now you mentioned that they have the option that the website will say, we will contact you. And then,
No. Let me.
in this case, the calendar will come. I just need to know that.
So in that case, that is what I was suggesting. To keep the system open 24/7, but limit the agent's availability based on the volunteer agents who basically want to take calls at night.
Okay, done.
So overall, your system stays active 24/7. So your customer will not face the non-working hour thing and anything. You do not need the scheduling call later. That option you do not need to activate. But in that case, the agents who are willing to take calls at night, just make them available in the custom availability of the agents in the agent schedule, and then they are going to be given the call even during the night. I hope I answered. I'm not sure. Your expressions say that you gave up, or I didn't understand your
I
problem.
understood. Yes, it's fine, it's fine. We will also learn along the way.
It's their decision.
Yeah, so see, end of the day, good answer. Like everything, whatever you are asking, these are internal decisions which your management needs to make by sitting with them. How do you want to use Convolo? Convolo is flexible to be used whatever way you want. So you want 24/7, you want only for 3 hours in a day, like that's your choice. You make the changes yourself. Now you know there was a client, like at times you have questions like they had 50 agents and the client is still asking me what if all 50 miss the call. I said then if I am the CEO, I will make suicide or something. I don't want to be. Like a CEO asked that what if all 50 miss a call? What you will answer to that? I mean it's a situation which never arises. I mean why all 50 will miss the call? 1, 2, 3, okay, you can, but honestly, this is something which is going to be beneficial for you guys. Why will you miss the call? Like you will try your best to take the call and make yourself available. So, nothing else? By the way, you can keep my WhatsApp if you want and create a group. I would suggest you.
Give her WhatsApp, she'll be asking you more questions.
No, she has already.
I have that already from the WhatsApp.
In case you have any quick questions, like usually, okay, it increases my workload, but I mean, once the new implementations are there, and agents, especially who have not used Convolo, so I personally do that. I mean, if you have any sort of quick questions related to any kind of clarification on Convolo or anything related to Convolo, so it would be 056 511 2185. 056 511 2185. Mudassir. Bright anything. Convolo is the same, Brightcall is the same. And I would request you to please just write your name in the WhatsApp and send me a message so that I can save it. I know who's contacting me.
Send in the Thank you.
So that's it.
Yeah, thank you so
I hope that helped.
Yeah.
Do you answer within 55 seconds?
Sorry?
Do you answer the call within 55 seconds?
Is it a lead for me? If you go to my website and put there, then I will take the call. But if I'm somewhere busy, then I know you are calling, then I can call you back in an hour or something.
But this admin is saying that we don't need, these guys are doing it. We don't need to.
See, the purpose why I presented this all back into you guys is only that you do not come to me for these questions, you go to her. Because they have the control.
We'll go to Z.
No, that's what, you'll understand why I did it. You might open your own firm tomorrow. So that is what happened with me actually. From many people from M&A and DNB and all, now they are the CEOs, so it's like, you need not to put inquiries, you will call me, I won't come over, so it's easy for me.
Thank you so much for today.
Why was it here in your phone?
क्या सीन है वीकेंड पे करते हो काम?
डिपेंड करता है साइन तो संडे को भी कर लेता हूँ।
टाइम हो तो रात के 3 बजे भी काम कर ले तो टाइम हो यही तो बात
Angel. Occasionally, वैसे तो शीशा यहाँ तो सफेद पीने नीचे जाता है लेकिन वो नहीं चलता भी हमारे में एक बार में तो खुला हो सब एक भी
बिल्डिंग मैनेजमेंट
यहाँ भी कर रहे हो
वीकेंड आ गया
आई थिंक मंडे को ही होगी क्या बोला मंडे
अगर फ्लो बन गया तो
Okay, so we don't know about इसीलिए कोई पूछेगा ईमान बहुत अच्छा है बेचने के लिए बेचने में ताबीर बहुत अच्छा है बाजार में बेचने के लिए शो अपार्टमेंट और ईमान है ईमान बिजनेस पार्क में एवेलॉन है एवेलॉन बेचना से एवेलॉन बेचने का ईमान है
Studio or creative center.
like 3 buildings नहीं और वहाँ पे एवेलॉन है पास में कावानी भी वहाँ पे आ गया है दुबई प्रेस्कॉट है ना प्रेस्कॉट बेसिकली डेवलपर है लेकिन अभी इन्होंने गोल्डन ब्रिज में अंदर लाइक काफ़ी करना तो गोल्डन ब्रिज के ऑफिस मुझे भी जाना है वैसे क्योंकि प्रोजेक्ट्स
इन्होंने भी अरसान का बात किया और सरमाया
ये वाले तबाकी है वो अलग है आमिर और अलग है वो है शफी तबाकी शफी और आसिफ तबाकी
So basically what you're trying to say is that you get something close to you. Okay, and are you yeah, they are real good. The dog is quite good. It's more for neighbor. Alright, I have your request with me. Let me have a search in terms of what I have as of now. Let me filter out the options and then I'll send you on the WhatsApp. Sure. डिफरेंट फॉर्म में चीज़ें बनेंगी वो सामने की दूसरा उस कंसर्न प्रोजेक्ट में सारी एक दूसरे के criteria, projects आप उसके टॉप 5 जिसमें मान रहे की होगा अच्छा मेरी तीसरी नोट पैड I just said वो चीज़ even note pad do you remember which page you had got ठीक है वहाँ से 2019 के भी प्रोजेक्ट्स पढ़े I'll give you an example MR की फाइल के अंदर MR की फाइल के अंदर communities की फाइल्स के अंदर प्रोजेक्ट्स की फाइल बस हम बात ही communities की फाइल्स के अंदर प्रोजेक्ट्स की फाइल प्रोजेक्ट्स की फाइल्स के अंदर उनके फ्लो प्लान उनके केयर प्लान उनके ब्रोशर्स हैं और उनकी अवेलेबिलिटी है फ्रेश अवेलेबिलिटी है मुझे उसी के बारे में that's what something perfection is